about temperature, just so you have this here. Draw yourself a nice thermometer. We being, again, the crazy Americans who are stuck in our little world of, once we start doing things traditionally wise, we stay with it, whether it's smart or not. The rest of the world doesn't do this. When we talk about temperature, what are the main things in temperature? What are the main degrees in temperature? What do we look at? You know what what set the standard for temperature? It has to do with water. What two things happen to water, Alex?
They either heat up or they cool down.
And what are those two things? When it heats up, it does what? Boils. Okay, here's water boiling. And when it cools down enough, it freezes. And we have two different scales that we use, again, because we're crazy Americans, and the rest of the world uses one and we use another. Okay? We use degrees, Fahrenheit degrees, which besides being goofy is hard to spell. F-A-H, Fahrenheit. Anybody know what the scale that the rest of the world uses is? Sammy? Celsius or centigrade. Now, if you were making a system and you got to pick at what temperature, how many degrees water boils, okay, something hot, you'd pick probably a nice number, wouldn't you? What nice number would you pick? Grace? No, that's not a nice number. How hard is it to remember 212? What's a nicer number? I'm saying the rest of the world. Grace gave us Fahrenheit degrees. I'll put it down there. It is 212 degrees. Okay. Honestly, is that thing ever going to stop?
No,
It's in the
probably.
bag somewhere. 212 degrees is our Fahrenheit thing. Okay, but what's an easier number to work with than 200 degrees, Caleb? 100 degrees. That's what the Celsius. Water boils at Celsius at 100 degrees. Now, if you knew nothing about temperatures and your teacher was teaching you for the first time, what number is easy to remember? 100 degrees or 212? Well, to me, 100. Same thing with water freezing. You know, if you picked a nice round number of it to boil at 100 degrees, how many degrees would you say that the person that says, well, let's make this easy for everybody, Brooke, it freezes at? Exactly. The easy number would be 0, but in the Fahrenheit it freezes at, Brooke? 32 degrees. Okay. So those are the two different scales. The Celsius one, so then just cuts it into 100 equal pieces here. Here between this and this, our Fahrenheit scale cuts it into 180 pieces there. So you kind of got to get used to both scales there. Here at room temperature, which is about, I don't know, what did they say, 68 degrees. Okay, that's about 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so if you go outside and it's 20 degrees, you might want to ask somebody if it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius because there's a big difference there. Okay, and then if it gets colder than 32 degrees here, what do we call that? We have to go to below 0 sort of things there. Well, if it goes below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. 0 degrees Celsius is already 32 degrees if it gets chillier than that. So you got to make sure that you know exactly what temperature somebody is using before you do that there. Question? No? I don't know what else they ask you there. We should look at a book here. Centigrade, Celsius, Fahrenheit. I think that's it. I think you kids have got the whole thing. How warm would you say it's in this room right now?
70.